Hello and welcome back to my channel Fly High with Priya. In this video, I'll be explaining the summary of chapter number 5 from the book Flamingo of class 12th. The name of the chapter is Indigo, and usse pehle do let me know in my comment sections that what do you mean by indigo or what you call indigo in Hindi. है ना? And this very chapter is written by Louis Fischer. He tells in this chapter that in 1942 he went to meet Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahatma Gandhi there tells that the struggle of independence arose in 1917, and basically the whole, you can say, the incident which aggravated Gandhiji to ask for freedom is explained in this very chapter. And this was the starting that in 1942 Louis Fischer went to meet Gandhiji, and there he asked that how you got inspiration that you should get jo hai independence for your country. And he says that in 1916 what happened, there was an annual convention of Indian National Congress, and Gandhiji was there, who has gone to attend that convention, and the 2301 delegates were there and many visitors were there. A farmer, a very simple poor farmer, Rajkumar Shukla, came and asked Gandhiji, yeah, you can say, he said ki I want you to come along with me to my village, that I am a sharecropper and we are facing many difficulties in our village, and somebody has in this meeting told that if you want to solve your problem you can go and meet Gandhiji. That's why he has come to meet Gandhiji. Gandhiji says that he has many appointments and he has to go to Kovanpur, and then many other meetings are there, so he is not free. That farmer was very sad, but he followed Gandhiji everywhere. Wherever Gandhiji went, he was the one to follow him. Means Gandhiji was very much fascinated, you can say, with his dedication. So Gandhiji, after visiting different places, finally came to Ahmedabad. There also that person followed Gandhiji. Gandhiji finally said that I'll be visiting on this so and so date to Kolkata. There you can meet me, and then we can go to the village, and the name of the village is Champaran. See, so in Champaran, what is there? That there is, you can say, there is a sharecropping system in Bihar, and approximately about 15% of the land is used to grow indigo. Means farmers are compelled to grow indigo, and that much 15% of jitna bhi growth is taken, that very indigo is taken by Englishmen as a rent, you can say. And now Germany has developed artificial indigo, and there is no need of that natural indigo, and landlords in that very area comes to know that, and they said that we want to release you people, means we want to release you farmers, and 15% of the land ko release karane ke liye you'll have to pay some compensation. Basically they extract some compensation from the farmers, who whose land basically was their own land, but they were working as teammates, है ना? So many of the farmers were very much, you can say, pareshan the, and they found the way, and they were happy, and they happily paid the compensations. But other farmers refused to pay compensations. So landlords hired some, वो कह सकते हैं कि thugs, है ना? So this was the story. And later on farmers को क्या है, they come to know that this is that artificial indigo has been made by Germany, and that's why these landlords, या जो कह सकते हैं Britishers, do not need indigo. That's why these landlords are making us free. So there is no need to give compensation. That's why they revolt against this, and that's why they were beaten severely. Means they were maltreated, ill-treated. Now Gandhiji, before taking Gandhiji to Champaran, they take a train to Patna, and there they go to meet Rajendra Prasad, who was a lawyer, and afterwards he जो है becomes the president of India, है ना, first president of India. So they both, Rajkumar Shukla and Gandhiji, went to Rajendra Prasad's house, who was not there. So वहाँ पे एक small incident is there that they are not allowed to sit on chairs, or you can say they sat on the floor, because the servants took Gandhiji as an untouchable. He was not allowed to drink from the same well. So they were sitting on the ground only because Rajkumar Shukla belonged to a lower caste. He was untouchable, and the person who has come with an untouchable will be an untouchable. The servants thought that way. Now, before going to Champaran, Gandhiji thought that he should do something. He should gather some informations. That's why he जो है decided to go to Muzaffarnagar. Before going there, he जो है telegrams J.B. Kriplani, who was a professor, and they have met Gandhiji, and J.B. Kriplani have met in Shanti Niketan college. That's why he telegrams him, and when they reach Muzaffarpur, that J.B. Kriplani, Professor J.B. Kriplani receives them at the station and takes them to his house. In those days, the lawyers, because Gandhiji was a lawyer now, so nobody was happy to keep lawyers at their houses because it was not safe. That's why, but he was the one who जहाँ पे गांधी जी रहते हैं, and he जो सारी information provide करते हैं. So गांधी जी learns about the scenario, what is going on. ये सारी scenario उनको पता चलती है from farmers, and many farmers come to know that Gandhi ji has come to rescue them, to solve their problems. That's why क्या है कि सारे जहाँ से भी ना farmers थे starts collecting. बहुत ज़्यादा फार्मर्स ऑन फुट मतलब अपनी चीज़ें ले लेके वो गांधी जी से मिलने के लिए आ जाते हैं. एंड देयर वॉज अ क्राउड, यू कैन से, है ना. नाउ व्हाट हैपन्स, गांधी जी वो इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करने के लिए डिफरेंट जगह पे जाते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ही गोज टू ब्रिटिश लैंडलॉर्ड्स एसोसिएशन. दे रिफ्यूज टू गिव एनी इंफॉर्मेशन बिकॉज ही वॉज एन आउटसाइडर. गांधी जी सेज दैट आई एम नॉट आउटसाइडर, आई वॉन्ट इंफॉर्मेशन, बट दे वो रिफ्यूज, टोटली रिफ्यूज कर देते हैं. ही देन फाइनली प्रोसीड्स टू मोतीहारी. वो नहीं, उससे पहले ही मीट्स द कमिश्नर ऑफ त्रिहुत डिवीजन थी, जिसमें चंपारण आता है. ही ऑल्सो रिफ्यूजेस टू गिव एनी टाइप ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. फाइनली ही डिसाइड्स टू मूव to Motihari, the capital of Champaran. There about he collects information about the deposition of more than 10,000 people, the deposition of compensation of 10,000 farmers, and he decides, he comes to know that a person, yeah, you can say a farmer, is ill-treated in some area, and next day he was preparing to meet that person, and there was very much, you can say, gathering of farmers, और बहुत ज़्यादा हसल बसल होती है, बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़ है ना. गांधी जी इज़ देयर ऑन एन एलिफेंट एंड ही इज़ रेडी टू गो, एंड उनको रोकने के लिए पुलिस आती है, एंड उनको बोला जाता है कि यू विल हैव टू लीव Champaran as soon as possible, but he denies, and therefore in next day he is summoned to the court. Means उनके अगेंस्ट बहुत सारे केसेस बनाए दिए जाते हैं, and the court वो उनको बुलाती है. So he is कोर्ट के अंदर भी है, जो प्रोसिक्यूटर था, he wants to delay that whatever hearing was there, he wants to delay, but गांधी जी वो रिफ्यूज करते हैं. he says that hearing should be now only, है ना. So hearing is done. The judge says that you should apply for bail. Gandhi ji refuses, that he will not take the bail. Then क्या है कि एक जैसे ये है कि वो ये कहते हैं कि I accept the crime, that whatever I have done, means I have been searching for things, I have been doing this and that. वो सारी चीज़ें जो भी उनके ऊपर allegations लगाए थे, he readily accepts them because he wants to put forth the fact that he is not denying, या you can say he is not disrespecting the laws, कि वो ये चीज़ वो ये शो नहीं करना चाहते. दैट्स वाई ही एक्सेप्ट्स ईच एंड एवरी व्हाटएवर केस वाज फाइल्ड अगेंस्ट हिम, है ना. सो द जज है, ही सेज दैट आफ्टर 2 hours आई विल गिव माई जजमेंट, इट्स रिसेस, इट्स लंच ब्रेक, व्हाटएवर. बट ही डजंट गिव. जज इज इन वेरी स्ट्रेस as so many people were supporting Gandhi ji na. So finally he does not give Gandhi ji any judgment, means no judgment is given for Gandhi ji. The case is एक तरह से dropped, you can say, है ना. And the lawyers बहुत सारे big lawyers like Rajendra Prasad and many more were there to help Gandhi ji. And Gandhi ji finally asked that if I मुझे jail हो जाती है and I go to jail, then what you people will do, है ना. सो वो कहते हैं कि वील गो टू आवर होम्स. उनका एक ये रिप्लाई था कि हम घर चले जाएंगे और क्या कर सकते हैं ना. सो दैट टाइम राजेंद्र प्रसाद एंड डिफरेंट लॉयर्स जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक तरह से शर्मिंदगी फील करते हैं व्हाट दे हैव सेड, because he was a stranger, this land doesn't belong to him. Still he was fighting, he was ready to go to jail, but the people who were born there, who are living there, still they are not ready to go to jails. Then finally these lawyers decide that they will follow Mahatma Gandhi, and that's why there was a pressure on authorities and therefore no decision was taken, है ना. Finally after you can say 2-3 days or weeks pass, the final judgment, yeah, you can say the judgment is heard that ki hai, the case is dropped on Gandhi ji. Now what happens, about you can say 2-3 months, yeah, 2-3-4 weeks, he is summoned by the lieutenant government as he was working so hard to do to bring justice to these people. That's why he is jo hai called by lieutenant governor. He wants to speak to him, and Gandhiji prepares the plan that if he doesn't come back, means if he's arrested, then you will have to you can say organize a civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement will be there if I didn't return. But he returns, and there were 4 talks, you can say 4 series में बातें होती हैं, and finally the judgment comes. और वो जजमेंट क्या होती है कि लैंडलॉर्ड्स वर रेडी टू पे, एंड दे से कि वी वोंट पे 100%. दे से कि वी फिर वो सोचते हैं कि गांधी जी विल थिंक कि गांधी जी विल बी एडमेंट कि उनको 50% मिले, बट लैंडलॉर्ड से वी विल पे ओनली 25%. सारे प्रूफ्स उनके अगेंस्ट थे, तो वील ओनली पे 25%. एंड इट वॉज वेरी शॉकिंग दैट गांधी जी एक्सेप्टेड दैट प्रपोजल ऑफ 25%, that 25% return of compensation. And Gandhi ji क्या है कि everyone unanimously accepted his whatever he said कि okay, we are satisfied after receiving 25%. Everybody was satisfied, but Gandhi ji said that I have accepted that thing कि they will have to pay back. It doesn't matter that they are paying 25%, it matters that they are paying it back, and because of this they are paying as well as their prestige. They are also paying their prestige, means उनकी जो एक तरह से वो कह सकते हैं ना कि इम्पोर्टेंस खत्म हो गई, या जो भी कह सकते हैं कि अपनी इज्जत भी उन्होंने खो दी. जैसे वो 25% पैसे खो रहे हैं, वैसे ही उन्होंने अपनी इज्जत भी, कि उनको झुकना पड़ा. द मेन विक्ट्री इज कि उनको झुकना पड़ा. So all this scenario, whatever fights, whatever talks, whatever cases, ये सारी चीज़ें took about 7 months of Gandhiji's life. 7 months they have, these things have taken. Except these conditions, he also notices that the social and cultural settings are also not good in this village in Champaran. So he requests doctors to come there and treat people who are suffering from various diseases, है ना. He requests teachers to come and teach students, to educate people, and 2 of the teachers, Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parekh, these 2 teachers come and they teach. And then Gandhiji's son and Mrs. Gandhi, they both also come, and they also start teaching about sanitation, health, cleanliness, means to morally you can educate people, to mentally educate them. Their struggles were solved by Gandhiji and his helpers, means you can say his wife, and they were working on the different track, and that different track was their health, their cleanliness, means they were working on that, है ना. So doctors मुहैया कराए वहाँ पे, टीचर्स एंड क्लीननेस पे लोगों को जो है वो काम किया. ड्यूरिंग द सर्वे व्हाट क्या है कि जो मिसेस गांधी को एक लेडी लेके जाती हैं, एंड शी टेल्स दैट वी आर नॉट क्लीन बिकॉज वी आर हैविंग वन साड़ी, वी आर ओनली हैविंग वन साड़ी, दैट्स वाई वी आर नॉट एबल टू चेंज क्लोथ्स. ऐसा है ना कि अपनी पॉवर्टी की वजह से जो है वो ये नहीं कर पाते हैं, अपनी कपड़े चेंज या क्लीनलीनेस पे फोकस नहीं कर सकते हैं. गांधी जी हेल्प द फार्मर्स इन every, you can say, aspect, whatever aspect was there, he helped them at every step, है ना. Then there is an incident of that there was an incident that a person whose name was Charles Frere Andrews, He was a follower of Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi. He came to Champaran, and it was the episode, you can say, or incident of very early Champaran episode. Means there was a starting of that, all the incidents. So he जो है came to bid Mahatma Gandhi a farewell because he was leaving to Fiji Islands. He was going to Fiji Islands. And so the lawyers were of the lawyers like Rajendra Prasad and other lawyers, they were of the belief that this man should be there by our side because it will be very helpful that an Englishman is in our support. Means the fight will become easy. Gandhiji perhaps noticed whatever they were thinking, and he says that when we take the support of this man, yeah, any Englishman, it shows that we are weak, our fight is weak. And that's why we will not take support of any of the Englishmen. So he was of this belief. So in Champaran, he spent about 7 months, and Gandhiji says that it is not that he wants to retaliate. It was just because that he wanted to prove the fact that British men cannot command in their own country. Means in his own country. कि गांधी जी की country में Britishers cannot command in their country. And from this very Champaran incident, the whole fire of independence जो है वो कह सकते हैं निकली, एंड फाइनली वी गॉट इंडिपेंडेंस. सो इन दिस राजेंद्र प्रसाद का भी है कि उन्होंने एक ये लाइन बोली थी कि जो है सेल्फ रिलायंस कि अपने ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस जो है वो होना चाहिए. गांधी जी के बारे में बोलते हैं कि उन्होंने हमें समझ लिया था कि व्हाट वी वर थिंकिंग, एंड दैट्स व्हाई ही हैड सेड कि वी विल नॉट टेक द हेल्प ऑफ ब्रिटिशर्स, है ना. सो ये वाला उनका एक कोटेशन, छोटी सी एक लाइनिंग है कि कैसे वो करते थे. एंड फाइनली द कंक्लूजन आता है कि सेल्फ रिलायंस एंड इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ इंडिया जो है वो गांधी जी की हेल्प से मिली हमें, और उनके जो टूल्स थे वो सेल्फ रिलायंस और नॉन वायलेंस थे. और उन्होंने कहीं पे भी किसी भी पॉइंट पे अपने आप को जो है वो कमज़ोर नहीं पड़ने दिया. और ये सारी चीज़ें, शेयर क्रॉपर्स को फ्री करना, सेल्फ रिलायंट होना, एंड देन फाइनली इंडिपेंडेंस अचीव करना, ये तीनों चीज़ें जो हैं ये एक दूसरे के साथ जुड़ी हुई हैं. चैप्टर जो है इसी नोट पे एंड करता है दैट सेल्फ रिलायंस, freedom to get struggle to get independence, and the sharecroppers incidents, yeah, whatever sharecroppers help, they are all together connected. So this was the summary of chapter number 5, Indigo, which is written by Louis Fischer. I hope that this is very much clear to you. Thank you for watching the video. उससे जाने से पहले do like, subscribe and share the videos. Till then, bye bye.